there, my name's Dave, and I really enjoy tasting wine and talking about wine, and we got a lot to talk about today. Today we're doing a 2021 Casa Ferrarina Planalto Douro Reserve from Portugal. Now, Douro is the most famous wine region of Portugal, and winemaking there dates back to the 3rd and 4th century AD when the Romans were there. Romans were everywhere back then. And later on, the Cistercian monks made wine in medieval times in the 12th century. Port was developed in the area in the 17th century, and now the entire region is known as a UNESCO heritage site. Again, the whole area is known for port, but this white wine was still made during those times. It just wasn't known outside of the region for a very, very long time. This wine is a kind of what they call Douro Branco, which means white Douro. And typically Douro Branco is light-bodied, crisp, minerally wine with less fruit and more of a flinty characteristic. But we'll see, because there's a nice mix of grapes in here, and some of them might be tasting a little different than that description. So let's talk a little bit about Casa Ferrarina, the producer of this wine. So this wine is made in the Douro Valley, and Casa Ferrarina is a pioneer and a leader in that valley and has been a historic influence in the Douro region. Casa Ferrarina was named for Donna Antonio, who took over Ferrara Port, which I have visited, by the way, in 1833. Ferrara Port was the first Portuguese-owned port house in the Douro region, and she was known as Little Ferrara or Ferrarina. In the 1950s, Ferrara Port set out to make wine, and they named it after Donna Antonia, and that's why it's called Casa Ferrarina, as the company that made it. So this wine is called Planalto, and Estiva and Planalto are the less expensive range of wines made by Casa Ferrarina. They make many more expensive and higher quality wines, such as Barcavella, which is probably the most famous white still wine from the Douro region. This wine is made from high altitude grapes, and it's made from a bunch of them. I'm going to go through the grapes of this one. This wine is a 2021 wine. The information I have on the grapes is from 2019. So the percentages may be different, but the actual varietals will most likely be the same. So 25% is from Viocinho, which is a highly acidic grape, which provides structure and flavor. 20% Malvasia fina, which adds flavor and texture. 20% Guvio, which provides body and acidity and also is sold on its own. 10% Robigato, which is a rare grape and is used for its acidity. 10% Código, which is a fruity, floral, aromatic grape. 10% Erinto, which is a highly acidic and minerally grape. And 5% Moscatel, probably Moscatel Gallego Branco, which is grown in the region. And these are sweet grapes which provide honey and orange flavors. After the grapes were picked, they were destemmed and fermented at a cooler temperature, then matured in stainless steel vats. When ready, the different wines are blended together until the winemaker feels it is a good blend for Planalto. This wine pairs with fish, seafood, and white meat, and I'm quite excited to try this one today. So it's time to taste a 2021 Planalto Douro made by Casa Ferrarina in Portugal at only $15 at the BC liquor store. Appearance, clear, light lemon, or pale lemon, pardon me. Nose, clean, medium intensity. I almost said medium minus, but I think it's medium intensity. lots of different fruits like lemon, lime, apple, peach, maybe even a bit of mango. Um, there's a sort of a pepper smell to it, a question mark of herbaceousness, um, wet stone, sort of a minerally wet stone smell. And then there's something else. It was, I don't know if it's hay or something pungent or something, just a little hint of something that I couldn't quite identify. But pretty complex nose, lots going on, but quite light. Dry, medium plus acidity, medium alcohol, and it's 12.5%, so it's right in that medium alcohol thing. Uh, Light bodied, like I thought it was quite light. Um, I toyed between medium and medium minus for intensity of flavor because the flavor is not too strong. It's not like it's just it's sort of there, but it's not really in your face. And a medium finish. As soon as I was tasting, I thought, what a refreshing wine. I can imagine being in Porto, like when Catherine and I were in Porto not so long ago, a nice hot day, and having this and thinking, what a lovely wine to go with whatever I was eating. So it's very nice, especially with seafood or something like that. Not that fruity though. They said in one of the things about descriptions about white wine from Douro that it wasn't that fruity, and I'd have to agree. There's fruitiness there. There's some lemon, some apple, and some peach, but definitely taking a back seat to what's left, right? And what's left to me was sort of a wet stone minerality and still some herbaceousness. I'm not sure if it was asparagus, but there's sort of a herbaceous, but an overall just kind of a refreshing flavor. It was nice. I said it was balanced. The length was fine. Intensity was fine. Not as complex as the nose. And then I would say it's definitely a food-friendly wine. I mean, I can imagine drinking this and having a food-friendly wine. I rated it as good. I said it was a pleasant wine that would be enjoyable to have with some food or on its own on a hot day. Not a huge wine bursting with flavor or anything, but very friendly, very, very pleasant wine.
If you are looking to book a wine tour of the Okanagan for this summer, and you're interested in a customizable, flexible, and completely private wine tour with a wine expert in the comfort of your own vehicle, please check out the link below in the comments.